There, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Medium Gallery Outdoor Wall Sconce. This is the 30-70-651. So we're going to be talking about the medium one right now. However, there's one size smaller, there's one size larger, and I actually have a sample of the smaller one here. So we're going to use this as our prop just to kind of go over things. The one we're talking about today is 35.9 inches long, almost 36 inches by 5.1 inches. Actually, I take it back, 5.5 inches wide. Projection coming out from the wall is only 4.1 inches, so it's pretty flush. Remember, I have a sample of the smaller one, but we're talking about the medium one right now. So let's check this out and we'll kind of go over things. Backplate 34.6 by 5.1. So backplate basically is right here. It's your mounting plate. It's going to go over a standard 4-inch junction box, and you're going to have 3 different places that you can place this, which is really good. Makes it very user-friendly for when you're doing your application and installations. So it's going to go on like that, or like that. You can also use this horizontally or vertically, which is really cool too. So why don't we take this apart and we'll kind of look at it on the inside. And if you guys want to follow along, a good way to do that is to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen midway down. You're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. Open that up for me. It's going to show you a full parts list, how everything goes together, which is super fast. It's also going to show you detailed drawings of the backplate, the inside of the fixture, but we can kind of look at it together now. So this is basically the front part of it. That's the inside of the front part of it. You're going to notice there's a gap. See the gap right there coming down? So there's going to be a piece of white kind of pearl acrylic that's going to be inside of this. So you're going to have a nice white line. You're not going to be able to see inside of this. These galleries sconces do not project light out so you can find your dog out in the yard. They're going to project light onto the building itself through the gaps on the side, and that's going to give you some ambient light. So these can be used in lots of different applications. People use these a lot, like by the front door. They'll use them in outdoor room settings like patios, around pools, places like that. Screened in porches would be very pretty, as well as along walkways that you can kind of line the wall with them. So they'll put light down, enough light to get light so you can see, and they'll wash the entire wall with light, which is cool. Let's look at the inside of this. And remember, this is the smaller one. We're talking about the medium one right now. It's going to be two GU10 sockets, and this one has a bulb in it already. Does not come with bulbs, but we'll talk about bulbs, don't worry. So GU10 sockets, take GU10 bulbs. There's going to be 2 rain shields, and that's these clear guys that are covered on top. And you'll notice a little prong thing there. And they really just slide over like that. Hold on. Get back in there. Okay, better. So this is going to keep the rain from getting onto these sockets, and there's 2 of them. You'll see that on the installations instructions. So, okay, moving on. Why don't we talk about the sockets really quick, because that's going to be pretty important, and we'll touch on bulbs too. So, these are MR16 GU10 bulbs, and it sounds like a lot, but they're very easy to get. You can get them at like a True Value hardware store or an Ace Hardware, Lowe's, Home Depot. If you want to stay with old school halogens, you can still do that. You can go 50 watts each in 2 of these, don't forget. But like I said, LEDs are the way to go, and I talk about it in all the videos. We actually get these LEDs. This is an Amazon Basics, and it tends to be one that I really like quite a bit for lots of different reasons. One, it's just I just click and it's in my place. But the other cool thing about it, it's very user-friendly to use, not expensive, comes in the color temperature of the light that I like. It's also dimmable, and you might want to get dimmable versions of these bulbs. If you're going to be using these, like I said, like on a patio or a screened-in porch, you can turn that light down so you guys can hang out and drink wine late into the evening with your friends. Almost get it down to like candlelight, which can be very pretty. The color temperature of the light, very, very important. I talk about it in every video. 2700 Kelvin, that's the setting sun. That's going to be super yellow. I talk about daylight. Daylight sounds like it should be a warm light, but it's not a warm light. That's that bluish white light that some people talk about when they talk about LEDs that they don't like. Some people do like it though, and it'll be interesting on this. It would project a white light, a bluish white light on your building. But what we like to use in our showroom is going to be 3000 Kelvin. That's soft white or warm white. That's the light that's coming down on my hands from these LEDs above, these 3000 Kelvin LEDs. And all three of those are very easy to get. You can go to, there's other websites besides Amazon, obviously. 1001 Bulbs, Just Bulbs, Bulbs.com, all kinds of things out there. Or you can hit Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware, and then the list kind of goes on and on and on. But like I said, the Amazon basics I tend to find in this MR16, a GU10 bulb, tend to be really good. So they're easy to get there too. And that 3000 Kelvin I really like, and the fact they're dimmable as well. Hubbardton Forge only uses aircraft grade aluminum to make their outdoor fixtures. Aluminum holds up the best in incredibly harsh environments. When you're out and you look up in the sky and you see all those jet airliners running around up there, those are all made out of aluminum for a reason. And part of that reason is it holds up great, like I said. It also forges beautifully. It holds finish beautifully. It doesn't rust. Remember that. It's very important. And they're virtually indestructible when they're all finished. So how Hubbardton does it is they take the fixture itself, they're going to wire it up at the top, they're going to put a wire at the bottom, they're going to send a current of electricity that's going to go through this fixture, making it positive. And they put it into a spray booth with a picture of the woman next to me. You can see she's spraying finish around it. And because it's positive, it's going to adhere to every nook, every cranny, the top, the bottom, the whole thing. After that, they're going to take this and they're going to move it into an oven. That oven is going to melt all of that down and create a very hard shell. So it makes it, again, virtually indestructible. So they've also tested these things in these wind chambers. So they take the fixture, all covered in that epoxy powder coat. It's going to go into that chamber. They're going to shoot salty seawater at it at high velocity for hours and hours and hours, just like you were at the beach and you have like a hurricane coming in, which to me is going to be pretty much the worst environment you're going to run into. So after they tested these and found out that they hold up incredibly well, Hubbardton Forge offers basically the best warranty in the lighting industry. And you can see that on the page for this. So if you scroll down a little bit, there's a link, and click on that and it'll show you the entire warranty and how it all works. Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.